So I got a hair transplant in Turkey like last week or so. I don't know if you can see, but I've got the beginnings of a hairline up here. And people have asked me some questions. Something I've heard a lot is people saying, Kieran, why do you need to do this? You're a dating coach. That means you shouldn't need a hair transplant to get women. You need to set an example for all the men who follow you, the bald men, so that they can know that they can too meet women without having hair. And the thing is this, it's like, me being bald never affected my ability to meet women at all, not in the least. I lost my hair like maybe 15 years ago, and as that bald patch slowly grew and grew and grew and grew and spread around my head, against my consent, without my consent, I never let it bother me. I dated women from all over the world and I crushed and killed it. But I never wanted to be bald myself. I just didn't freaking want it. On screen, this is my girl right here. And here are some other women that I have dated. None of these women cared in the least that I was bald. Not even slightly. So then why did I do it? I did it for me. I did this because I do not identify as being a bald man. I don't. I self-identify, which is apparently the going thing these days, whatever you choose to identify as. I identify as a man with a thick, beautiful, strong, potent, powerful, luscious head of hair. That's how I identify, and I wanted my outer image to match the inner one. Because like the thing is this, something that we see in dating circles a lot is this notion that you need to look as bad as possible while attracting women to prove something to the people, to prove that you can get women like this and to prove that you can get women while looking like a mess. But what about you? Like, what about what you want? Why is it about what the woman wants and not about you? Like RSD Tyler, he said, when he realized his hair was going bald, he decided to let his hair go bald because he felt like a hypocrite if he actually got himself a hair transplant. Because if he gets that, he's saying to men, you need a hair transplant. But again, what about what you want? So like, yeah, you can get women being bald, you can, because women don't really care, that is true. But just because you can meet women being bald, does that mean that you should? Like, if you want to, if you're a man and you're like, I'm losing my hair, like my hair is going, I'm losing my hair, but I don't want to do anything about it. I like the way it looks, so cool. But if you dislike it, who cares what women think? If you dislike it. If you dislike it, it's like, so well, women like me being bald, so I have to be bald because women like it. Or I have to be bald because it's possible to get women while being bald. What about what you want? I did this purely for me. Had nothing to do with women at all. There has never been a time, never once ever, when I've been rejected by a woman and I've sat down and I thought to myself, this woman rejected me because I was bald. And if I had hair, she would not have rejected me. Never have I thought that ever. It was never come to mind. So I would say to you, it's like, who is it that you want to be and what do you want to do? If you want to be Mr. Cue Ball, be Mr. Cue Ball. If you want to get a hair transplant, get a hair transplant. Why do you have to live to the confines of what other people think? Like, I was speaking to a female friend yesterday and she told me about a male friend that she has, and this guy basically, he got a hair transplant, but he was ashamed to say it. So he was acting like he didn't do it when he clearly had hair where there wasn't hair before. Why? Why on earth would you do that? Why not just say the truth and be who you be? Anyway, this brings me on to part 2 of the video, because the underlying assumption about all of this, or everything that I'm saying, is like whether or not looks are important, and the truth is yes and no. So let me explain what I mean. You walk up to a woman and you say hello. In that instance, the way you look is hugely important because it forms a significant factor as to whether or not she's going to stop to listen to what you're going to say, or she's going to tell you to jog on. That is true. Now, to what the percentage that is, we can debate, but effectively, yes, your looks do affect that. That is true. But all they do is actually open the door. You see, for a woman attracting men, being beautiful is like emitting this constant ray of attraction, this light, this beautiful, gorgeous, ever-present, flowing, penetrating light that just sucks in everybody that feels it and pulls people into your orbit and makes men do whatever they can to get with you at all times. That is true, but it's not like that for men. Being attractive as a man with regards to attracting women, or being beautiful as a man with regards to attracting women, is more like opening the door. So you walk up and she's like, okay, let's hear what this man has to say. It's more like that. And if your personality doesn't match your looks, you will very quickly, rapidly be discarded very quickly. So let's say we've got two men. We've got man number one and we've got man number two. Man number one is bad looking but has personality or status. Man number two is good looking without the personality and status. Man number two is immediately going to attract women and have them go, but then they'll realize he's an idiot and go, Man number one will meet women and have them go, but over time, as his status and personality can shine to the forefront, those women will become attracted. Now, here's the thing though, right? So here's where looks can become important. Let's say you're meeting a woman on the street or in a bar or a club, in an environment where she doesn't really have time to get to know you or to know much about your status. Then your looks are hugely important because you've walked up and you've said hello. She's scanning you from head to toe subconsciously, and her algorithm is putting together a decision of yes, no, get the hell out of here. So the better you look, the more likely that is to happen. If you're somewhere like at work or college or university or somewhere where she's going to see you repeatedly, then it matters way less what you look like, because she will see you again and again and again and get to know you over time. So if you're hoping to be meeting women in situations where they're just going to make a snap decision, you want to look as good as possible. Same on like a dating site, so you want to look as good as possible. But something most people don't realize is looking good doesn't really mean what you think it means. Let me explain. Looking good isn't just about like the shape of your face and whatever. It's also things like your body. So let's assume you're a man who's like a 5 out of 10. If you hit the gym day after day after day, like 5 days a week for 2 years, I guarantee you that 5 will increase to a 7 just because of the excess muscle tone that will be built and the shape of your body and things like this. You will just look significantly better. Also, if you were to improve your fashion, like your fashion is part of your looks, and say like, okay, when you meet a woman and she's like doing a subconscious scan of who you are, part of it's what you're wearing. So if what you're wearing looks kind of cool, she's going to be more predisposed to saying yes. So your fashion, your clothes are an extension of you. Your clothes are part of your looks. But the thing is, you can fix your clothes in the time it takes you to go shopping for an outfit. You can do that. So let's say you've been working out, and then let's say you fix your fashion. You're significantly more likely to have her give you to want to talk to you, basically, to want to give you the time of day, to wanting to actually get to know you. Or let's say you're eating right and you sort out your skin. Let's say you do that, and your skin is like smooth. Let's say like you get yourself a cool hairstyle. There's things that you can do to improve upon what you have. So yeah, looks aren't very important. They are important, but they're not. They're more not important than they are. However, you can improve them by doing things like working on your diet, your exercise, and your fashion. Anyway, that's been it for this video now. Thank you for your time. It's greatly appreciated. If you like the cut of my jib, then what I would like you to do is go and subscribe to the channel. There is a link in the description. Well, no. Subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell. But also I've got some goodies for you as well, which are in the description. So go in there and grab those goodies. Thank you, take care, and see you later.